Yeah, what do you teach?
See, I'm not a teacher. I don't teach, but I have some students. I just tell them how how can you achieve this language, because this is a language, not a English English subject. So I just tell them situation and structure, and I just teach them. I just make them practice. I force them to practice. So this is the way I am giving them all the material of grammar and making them practice. This is all.
In your
So
place?
yeah, no, of course I teach online. I don't take any offline class.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
How long have you been on this platform, like on YouTube, and how long have you been practicing?
Yeah, so I have been working on YouTube channel. It has been 1 year. Used to learn. I used to watch so many videos, but I was not able to speak. So I one day I thought, if I learn all the time, however I'm not able to speak, so what should I do? Why other people can speak, I can't speak? What is the problem? So when I realized that, oh, because I'm not habitual of this structure, I just learned and I just said, okay, I know present tense, past and future tense, I know some grammar rule, but I never ever used those things in my conversation. I never ever tried to speak. That was my mistake. But since when I started speaking those things, I started describing my daily routine, I started describing my past activity, and for future plan I started describing where I am. I can describe all around the like whatever is going on around me. So this thing made me like this. Now I'm able to speak. So then I realized that yes, practicing is really very important. we
Definitely. Practicing
so
is definitely important.
so anyhow I'm getting habit. I'm used to getting habit to speak this language. Until you speak, how can you suddenly you can speak English? No matter how much knowledge you have in your mind, never ever.
And what is your plan for your future? That what do you want to become and what do you want to do for your future?
See, there is no any plan. I haven't thought, of course, and of course, I started my YouTube channel in order to learn this language. But of course, I learned this language, and this language is the best language for each and every person, because this language has a lot of opportunity for you. Earlier I considered this language as a language that, okay, if I speak English, so of course I can understand movies, I can understand other people what they are saying, I can understand their conversation. But I never ever thought that, okay, this language give me so many opportunity in my life. So see, now I started teaching. So of course I'm earning money anyhow, just because of this language. So this language, it makes you not only fluent, but also it gives you a lot of opportunity to do something in your life. Let's see.
So problem of today's people, they like they don't want to start from their basic level. They just want to get the fluency like advanced learner. I think this
Hmm,
is the biggest mistake of them.
yeah,
If they want to learn anything, so they need to start from basic level. Like
yeah,
at the time when they were kids, so whenever they start to learn anything, not only English, anything, so they have done many mistakes initially, and then they improve day by day, and then they get the perfection. So same
yes.
with the language, not only English, any language if they want to learn. So yeah, they should start from basic level, and then they can day by day improve.
Yeah, you are right. Basic is everything. This is advanced. I don't know why people think that this is basic. This basic can will make you advanced level. It will take you to advanced level. Once you are perfect with your basic, advanced will come to you automatically by itself. There's no problem. Once you get perfect on it. So I also did the same. That is why I'm able to speak, because I know basic thing. So mostly I speak basic thing because I still I'm not running after advanced thing. Of course, I listen so many conversation of native person. So whenever of course I can understand advanced level. I can understand any type of words as well. But I never ever speak. Why should I speak advanced? So first we have to make ourselves comfortable with this language and just practice, because until you speak you are not going to speak English. And why do you do, like, why so many people why do so many people do this? They watch randomly video on YouTube. Sometimes they watch vocab related videos, sometimes they watch idiom related videos, sometimes they watch so many types of videos they watch. But we don't have to do this. First we have to work on tenses, and a little bit you can, of course, daily we use day to day life words which we know very well. So of course we should start with that. Of course, suppose I know tenses, past and future tense and present tense. Of course I can speak. Why are you worried about your language that okay I'm not able to speak? I have taken classes as well. I have practiced. But observation is really very important. I observed so many things. So
Yeah, that is
hmm,
that is definitely very important because you are learning a language, so its structure, how it is forming, how it is having formation, and how they are speaking the words, the tone. So everything matters. So if you are observing anyone, so I would suggest them that don't follow many people, because everyone has different type of style they speak. So if they are following many people, so I think they got confused.
yes,
So I think they should follow some people, or maybe one or two people, and they should watch their video on regular basis, because by watching their video they can learn their structure, that how they talk. Like
hmm,
I have met so many kids who can watch cartoon and they can understand them very well, especially in English. Cartoon in English they can understand, and they are at the age of 3 4. So why they are able to understand the cartoon language? Because they are watching them regularly, and they can
hmm,
understand the accents, the words, where they use which word.
yes,
Because
yes,
most of the time we use same kind of sentence formation. Everyone
yep,
has different style, and they use same kind of sentence formation. If someone is at advanced level or at basic level, at any level, but they use same kind of tone, sentence formation, so they should create their inspiration, that whom they like most, because everyone has different type of style of talking. If someone is following someone, so they should follow only that person, not
exactly.
everyone.
Yes, yes, of course. And of course, if we are learning,
And
suppose, yeah,
imitation is also a good technique to learn a language, because if you are imitating someone, so you can grab their tones, their posture, their way of talking. So there are many things.
yes, 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 we have to copy them. So because
Yeah.
when we are listening every day, so of course we can make ourselves we can get so many things from them. We can get their accent, we can get their words, we can get their way of speaking. So this is all. And if you like run after so many videos, so many channels, so it will be difficult for you. It might be difficult for you because, and if I talk about one more thing, that so of course everyone should have passion. We have we should love our dream. We should love our goal. Suppose, you know I never ever felt bored learning this language. I always like love whenever I got time. So I utilized my that time with great upload, that okay, today I got chance to speak in English. I practice. So this is great thing. And so many people, they just feel bored while learning this language and some other thing. So we should not feel bored, because if you
That is
don't have,
very important, because initially they get excited. Oh my God, I am going to learn English. I will do practice. I will do practice for 2 hours, 3 hours. And after 4, 5 or 10 days, they get bored and they just reduce their practice time. And after some time, they just stop practicing. So
yes,
I
they are,
think this. They should be consistent. Maybe they will start from 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes would be regular and consistent.
Yes,
If you don't have time, so start with a short period of time, but
hmm,
that should be consistent. That
yes,
should be regular, and it should be your in your timetable. And you somehow you need to practice.
yeah,
You should
definitely.
force yourself.
We must have passion to learn this language, and
Yeah.
until we have interest in learning this language, so how can we become
Yeah.
fluent? All the
Whenever we
time.
start whenever we start learning, so this automatically happens, that automatically sentence runs in our mind, and we think that how to call this, how to say this in English. So sometimes it happens that it compel us to think that
Yes.
how these things in English.
So, like if you feel bored, suppose you feel bored. So of course there are so many ways to learn English. Like you can sometimes you can listen, sometimes you can read, sometimes you can speak, sometimes you can watch movies. So you are not going by this way. You are not going to feel bored. Of course, you are going to enjoy this journey, your English journey. So I have also done this. Whenever I suppose I'm watching a video and I'm feeling bored watching video again and again. So of course, sometime I start watching cartoon videos. Sometime I start watching movies in English. So this is all. So and some even I don't have book to read, but whenever I get chance, of course I read because from everywhere you are going to get so many things by reading, by writing, by listening, by speaking. So this is all. But I never ever wrote anything, to be honest, in my life. Yes, in my
So
opinion,
you
like
are
speaking is great. Yeah.
yeah, writing is a good habit. Although I also don't write much, but yeah, writing is a good habit for those who forget sentence formation, and who are not able to form the sentence easily. Like while speaking, sometimes it happens that you stuck a lot, and it will low your self confidence. So for that you can write, and whenever you write any daily routine or anything, any incident, any story, anything which in which you have interest. So if you are writing anything at that time, you realize that yes, this sentence is hard for me, and I am stucking at this point, and I need to learn this sentence. So writing
Yeah.
will create this thought in your mind, right? And whenever you feel comfortable in writing, so you feel comfortable in speaking too. Because
Yes.
along with writing, it is very important to speak.
Yes. Yes.
If you are doing only writing and you are not speaking, so it will not help you. Because
Writing has to expect. Writing has.
ultimately
Hmm.
ultimately you have to speak. That's why you are learning this
Uh, you know,
language.
yeah, you are great. Of course, you correct. You are saying correct. And in my opinion, writing has to expect. It makes you perfect in grammar because it makes you perfect in speaking, writing, and so many things. Like you are going to recognize your structure that okay, earlier I wrote this sentence, so of course I'm going to speak. But also it makes us lazy. Our mind is not going to work if you are writing, so your mind say that okay, I have written, of course later on I will check, then I will recall. Your mind is gonna be lazy because you haven't recalled your mind. You never ever forced your mind to recall, okay, what was that word which I have learned, like which I learned yesterday. You might say okay, it is written in the book, you can watch later on. So in my opinion, it also happen, I think. So most of the people, they just, I know what they do, they just write and they never ever go back to their check. So they just
I
say that
think
okay,
it is a perspective of people. If they are say serious about learning, so they don't forget, and they don't just write and never read. They don't do that, because
hmm,
if they are serious towards learning, so they write for their reminding themselves. Because it happens that you hear a lots of word during watching any movie, any video, or talking to any people. Like if I am talking something, so maybe I will have lots of new words, but our mind has not this capacity that we can learn each and every word at the same time. So yeah, it is good to write, but I was I was talking about a different type of writing, which is writing activity, in which you do story writing, you do your daily routine writing, what happens with you. So this type of writing practice I was talking about. And
Yeah.
you are talking about vocabulary or words or sentence formation, that why people write on their diary or on their notebook. So I think they write for their reminding themselves, because if they are writing in the suppose I have diary and I forget any sentence formation, so I can look into my diary, right? But if I don't have anything, so I just watch on in my mobile. So maybe in mobile it is like a sea, like a ocean. There are lots of knowledge.
क्या लिखे जाओ? Yes, 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 ma'am. You are right.
Yeah,
I never ever write thinking that okay, if I write, so my mind will not work. I made my mind a notebook. So whenever I listen, suppose today I learned one vocab, but I don't remember that word because it slip of my mind. While speaking, I didn't I couldn't recall that. I said, okay, what was that word? What that word? So anyhow, I am forcing my mind to recall that word. Today I didn't remember, but okay. Next day, of course, I will again think about that word. Okay, what was that word? So okay, of course, after one, after two, after 3 days, of course, your mind will go for to find that word. Okay, that word was. And if you are writing so many words in your notebook, you just say that oh, there are so many words are written. Whether should I recall them? How can I recall them? How can I keep them in our mind? So this time is really very difficult for us because our notebook is like fulfilled with so many structure, so many words. Then you feel bored that seeing that notebook. I said, oh my God, there are so many doubts are written in that book. Like how can I recall all the things? So
yeah.
it
You are learning. Yeah, you are learning any new word, and you are only writing that word. And if you are thinking that you would learn it later, definitely it will never you can learn those words, because there are lots of words now. But if you
yes,
are learning that word immediately, like I have learned any word, like today I have learned tremendous word. So I would write in my diary, but I would learn that word and I try to recall in my mind day by day.
that
And
is
if
great.
sometimes I forget that word, what was that word, so I can just look into my diary and then I can recall in my mind. So that's
Yes,
how you can practice it. That's how it will help you. But if you are only writing in your diary and you are never using that word, so that is no use of writing in diary. Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
yes, yes. Of course, that is why
Okay.
I told you that it has like to expect. It makes you lazy. It makes you perfect as well. So that is all. So thank you so
Okay.
much, ma'am, that you have given me your precious time.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. It was a lovely conversation with you.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, bye.